Hello Flosstube, it's Natalie, love it, live it, make it yours here over on Flosstube and on Instagram. It's been a little while since my last video. I did a shorter video to showcase Sarah Elizabeth Stitch's stash box, and I did a video before that of a whip parade, and when I did that video I had sort of drafted an episode where I show you, so I'm sat on the floor, where I show you all my FOs and some FFOs, because I have been sort of half thinking about this episode for a while, so I think I'm gonna go for it. I've got Sunday off work. My husband is next door playing Assassin's Creed, and normally I'd be watching him. I don't normally film when he's in the flat, but I thought I'd sit in my craft room again, that you can see is just chocker, full of craft and books, CDs, some board games, mostly craft, and yeah, just drop in on you and film this video. It's really sunny in here. I'm hoping that's not going to be too much of an issue for seeing my FOs, but if it is, I'll just pause the video and put the blinds down. But at the moment it's really nice in here. Well, I hope you're all having a good day, whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm going to get stuck into it, I think. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and we'll go for it. So this might be a longish video because I have so many FOs to show you. I think I'm just going to grab my little bag of FOs, and it'll be a mixture of FOs and FFOs, and we'll just see how we go. And I've got my trusty notebook nearby that will hopefully help me along. And then I just wanted to show you where I'm at with my Quaternion Creations goddess sale, because I'm just enjoying it so much at the moment, and I'm going to show you a tiny bit of stash or haul, because I had a lovely time with Clue the High Halter Stitcher. Yeah, and we'll see how we go. So I have got two boxes here. This box at the front, you can just about see, the lighter pink one, is full of things that I would use to FFO my projects. So there's picture frames in there, canvases, some wooden mini chopping boards, some magnetic clip frames, some pom-poms, double-sided sticky tape, all the kind of stuff that you need for FOs. And in this darker pink one at the back is sadly all my UFOs, I guess. I mean, they are finished stitches, but they are not FFO'd. So I'll just take it from there, I guess. Just making sure I've got it. I mean, there's so many. I will not spend loads of time telling you about each one, because otherwise this video will turn into a mini movie. We'll be here all day. So I'm just gonna go for it. So I recently finished this little Gingerbread Man. He was a gift. The Boot Sale Kid on Instagram, she has a pre-loved page, Instagram page, and every year she sets up a pre-loved charity shop swap box for Christmas, and I've done it the twice that she's organised it. And one lovely lady really knew me, like really took the time to go through my Insta, I guess, because we didn't have much correspondence actually, but she really must have taken the time to go through my Insta, because she sent me some really lovely things that were definitely me, and one of them was this really cute Gingerbread Man kit. It did come with, I'm just trying to find something to pop behind it because of how sunny it is. I'm not complaining about the sunshine whatsoever. It came with white Ada, but I had this Christmas fabric from KLT Charting, hand dyed, that was in my stash, and I'm desperately trying to use up some of my fabric stash, and so I stitched the lovely Gingerbread Man onto Kim's lovely fabric, and I used some DMC Etoile as well, because these lovely snowflakes and stars should have been in the kit colours, and they matched the DMC Etoile so well that I just thought I'd do that. This is one of those, I've been finding them in the Works and a couple of other shops, but they're just simple kits, and I can't remember what they're called, but if I remember I'll drop it into the description below. But they stitch up better than they look, better than the mock-up looks, because they don't have a image of what they look like. So yeah, that's my Gingerbread Man. He needs to be I think I'll probably finish him in this hoop. This is the hoop that came in the kit, so I think I'll finish him in that, and I might put some pom-pom trim or something around him. So that's him. I have got this, I brought this from a stash site on Facebook, and it is from Cross Stitcher issue 281, and I don't have a good memory, it just says so on the back. Mini gift tag, mini birthday tags, but they were like spring and summery, and I have been wanting to start these for ages. This was a pre-work stitching project. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, every morning before work I stitch on a magazine kit, because I'm trying to get my magazine kits down, and even though this didn't come with a magazine that I purchased, it's still a magazine kit, so I bought it. So this is not FFO'd, but I really enjoyed these mini stitches so much. So yeah, they're done, and these are done. And I really enjoyed them. I can't wait to turn them into gift tags, and they're not going to take too long, so they just need cutting and ironing. Really, really enjoyed them. So they were a Cross Stitcher magazine. My next FO was a purchase, start, and a quick FO, and it is Sunshine Seeds by it's either Stitched by Whitney or Stitch with Whitney, from Whitney Sews. I've mentioned her quite a few times on my Flosstubes because she's basically taught me how to sew my own project bags, and she is also a cross stitcher. I recently found that she's done a tutorial for a vinyl front project bag. The way she does her tutorials makes sense to me. I've listened to so many sewing tutorials where it's just, I don't understand. You know, we all learn different ways. The way the way Whitney Sews does her tutorials just makes sense to me. So I really love her tutorials. So I'm going to give the vinyl front project bag a go. So yes, Sunshine Seeds. The kitten was meant to be white, but we have just got 2 new kittens that may or may not make an appearance in this Flosstube, and I'm secretly hoping they don't, because they're asleep with my husband at the moment. While he's playing his PlayStation, they're sleeping, because this is kind of their room now. There's a litter tray in here and toys and stuff, and they sleep in here if they're not with us anyway. So I'm hoping they don't make an appearance, because they're still little. I think they're about 10-11 weeks now, and they just are crazy. But before we knew we were getting 2, because we knew we were going to get 1, we ended up getting 2. I stitched this to look like my new kitten. I'll put, if they don't make an appearance, which I really hope they don't, because they're a bit wild. I mean, they're playful. They're not wild like my old cat was. They're just playful. We called them Umbreon and Espeon, and so we always knew we were going to get Umbreon, and then we ended up with Espeon as well. So I did stitch this to look like Umbreon. So that is Sunshine Seeds by Stitched with Whitney. She does some lovely patterns. I've got a snowman one, and oh, she does the Carty Party series, and she's just done a Christmas Carty Party, and I've bought that. Yeah, I don't know what fabric this is on. I've got a feeling this is one of Kim's as well, but I couldn't tell you what it's called. I think it looks good on there. So that's, yeah, that's another FO, but not FFO. And then I've got this whole bag. Look, bag of shame, I think my friends would call this. Some of these you would have seen, some of them you wouldn't have done, but as this is an FFO special, I'm going to get it out and show it to you regardless. But I'm going to, as I say, I'm going to try and make it quick now. So this is a Stitch Your Own bookmark from issue 29 of Cross Stitcher magazine, and I think it is from, I wrote it down to tell you, 1995. So somebody was selling these on Marketplace, and I purchased them, and it was a really lovely quick stitch. So I just need to turn that into a bookmark. I love the bunnies. Yes, it's a really lovely quick stitch. And I used the floss that it came with, so they're probably older colours. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Came with the thing that I need to turn it into a bookmark with, so I just need to get that sorted. That isn't mine. I didn't stitch it, so but I still need to well, what I stitched isn't in there, so hopefully it's somewhere else. That's the packaging of a finished project that doesn't seem to be in there. Oh my gosh, this is not really to be FO'd or anything like that. This was when I first started getting back into cross stitch. There used to be a oh, it's awful, there used to be a jewellery making shop on this road that sold oh, it was so beautiful. It had like beads and findings and trims and elastics, everything, and every now and then I just used to pop in there and buy some pretty treasures. Also had a small cross stitch section, which I would just love now, but sadly we just, I won't go on a rant about it, but we just don't sort of protect those lovely kind of shops anymore. Anyway, I digress. I did pick up a cross stitch kit when I was getting back into cross stitch for the first time. So I cross stitched when I was small, and then I started cross stitching again when I was about 20. Decided it completely wasn't for me. I think it was then anyway. Yeah, so I was about 9 or 10 when I was cross stitching, and then yeah, maybe I tried again when I was about 19. Didn't think it was for me, and picked it up again when I was 23, and I haven't looked back. But this was one of the projects that I picked up when I was about 19 odd, and decided it wasn't for me. I didn't find the middle, as you can tell, because the middle is here, and this is all up here. This is one of the mouse loft kits. My stitches are loose, they don't go the right way, my back stitch is terrible, so I'm going to try and give you a really good, I might just sit here because then I'm not leaning over the whole time, really good, terrible close-up. Our kitten is coming, so I might hold the kitten up to the camera if the kitten doesn't knock the camera down. So yeah, that's an awful, I'll show you the back as well. I will never do anything with it, I don't think, but yeah, that's one. This is not something I made, but here is my kitten. He likes to be, this one likes to be held like a baby. Look, see, he likes to be held like a little baby. He's loving that. His brother is currently sniffing at my tripod, which will probably fall down. His brother doesn't really like to be held like a baby. Come here. Oh, but he purrs so loud. Yeah, see, he's trying to struggle away. So the one that likes to be held like a baby is Umbreon. The one that's just happily sitting on my lap now is Espeon. He's shoving his head in my arm now. I think these boys are going to cause some havoc now that they're here. I was hoping they might sleep. I've got hot tea out. Well, it's juice actually, it's not tea, it's a hot Vimto. I've got all my finishes out. They're going to be in it all. Yeah, that's already started. They're playing with it. We'll just see how we go. I can't shut them out because this is their room, so please don't eat that. Anyway, I'll carry on. I'll try anyway. Oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I have got this fox I did. That's from this is an FFO. Please don't drink my Vimto. From Cross Stitcher magazine, and I completely dropped it on the floor. I completely finished that. That's one of my favourites. One of my favourite little kits. I think I glued it as well, which is unlike me, because now I just wouldn't glue it. I would sew it. And I'm guessing I didn't iron it because it's got a huge crease down the middle. But it's got a little bead for his nose, and I really enjoyed that. There's like a companion kit to it that might be a raccoon or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I have got that to do. This is when I was toying with linen and even weave. So I've got this tiny little fox. I guess he is still an FO. I actually stitched him again because that's a self-drafted pattern as well, actually, and actually stitched him again to go in a necklace. So that would have been a good FFO to bring with me, and I haven't because I totally forgot about that. This is just stuff that's in my little bag. For one of Kim's, we used to do KLT versus Jodie challenges, and for one of the challenges it was Stitch a Penguin. I stitched it on, I've got a feeling this is Dragon's Egg, hand-dyed fabric. I'd like to do another one and make Christmas crackers out of them. I've got the booklet that this came from. Kittens are play fighting on the floor. I've got the booklet that this came from, and I'd like to stitch another one here and put them on Christmas crackers. This was from a Cross Stitch Crazy booklet, so the penguin came from that. So I just don't know what colours I used, other than I know that the crown is in an anchor pink. So I couldn't stitch an exact, I don't think. I just know that that is an anchor pink. But that was one of the challenges. It was Stitch a Penguin, I think. Oh, these are some of my oldest, I didn't realise they were in the bottom of this, but some of my oldest projects. So when I started getting back into cross stitch again when I was 23, I found a mini, oh actually it was over the road, there's a charity organisation over the road, and sometimes through the summer they do a like honesty table outside with loads of charity bits, and you pick something up, you pay as you feel. But they had a folder of loads of, it was a collection, you know, a subscription thing that comes every like week or whatever, of needle craft and cross stitch, and there was I picked up a great big bundle of them, and I stitched quite a few of the kits from them, and this is one of them. It's actually got little jingly bells on it, and again the stitches going all the different directions. It is a little pot. It's so cute. But it's still one of my first finishes, and I finished it really nicely as well, so you can't, yeah, I did actually put some effort into that. Yeah, and this came with it as well, and this one again the stitches aren't in the same direction, but it was one of my first FFOs, and I still love that. I do. Yeah, it's finished badly. I did finish it as it said to, but it's not great. I still love that. This is one that I really loved, and I really took some time over it. This was a kit that I brought from a buy and sell page. I think it was a Cross Stitcher magazine kit. It was a poppy mirror kit. But I wanted it to be, well, that's weird. Whoa, that's so weird. That is so weird. I wanted it, I finished it, as it said, but the mirror was popping off. It wasn't staying on. So I used some super duper strong glue. It might have even been E6000. or something. And it was my husband's idea actually. He said put the tiniest bit in there, and I think I secured it with card, so there's no actual super glue on my stitching. He said just put some super glue on there, bulldog clip it, leave it for a couple of days and it'll be solid. And this is one of my oldest projects, when I did learn about stitches laying the same way, and that I learned that I absolutely love backstitch, and it's been solid ever since. I've never used it though because I'm worried about staining it. What I did try and do was put a sheet of acetate over the top to protect it, and that was just too much. It really wasn't sticking, so I just had to go with what I did. But I should use that, but I just keep it hidden away. This is one that I remember just when I was having a really, really rough time, because that's what led me to cross stitch. I used to buy a magazine a week. My husband used to treat me to a magazine a week, so he used to work every weekend. Every weekend he'd sort of give me his card and say, get the shopping in your mag. And I'd brought all the craft mags at the time, and I was like, I've got all the craft mags, I don't know what to do. And there was a cross stitch magazine with a tropical bird bookmark kit, and I really wish I knew where that bookmark was. It's probably in a book. Anyway, that's what got me back into cross stitch. And one of the it was just in a really rough time, but cross stitch helped me come out of that rough time. And one of those early magazines that I then went back to buy was this floral brooch, blossom brooch. So the stitches in this don't lay the same way or anything like that, but it's still quite tidy, and I like the way I finished it. It was meant to be a brooch, but I never got round to stitching the brooch back on. I'll do something with it one day, I think. I just don't know what. I'm still happy with the way it turned out, and I like the little stitches that I did for the leaves. So not quite an FFO. This is an embroidery kit by Jenny Blair. She does some lovely embroidery kits. This is one of hers. This is an FO, and I've never done anything with it, so I FO'd that. I've met Jenny Blair a couple of times as well at various craft shows, and she is a lovely lady, very lovely lady. If you ever get the opportunity to purchase one of her kits and meet her, absolutely do. Yes, I really enjoyed that. Jenny Blair kit, check her out. Lovely lady. That is an abandoned project, so that is some felt for finishing. Oh, there is felt in here, so this whole bag isn't full of... Yeah, I brought loads of nice felt for finishing. This was a birthday gift from Kim from KLT Charting for my 30th birthday, and I used it on a lot of the KLT versus Jodie Ree challenges, because it's on Jodie Ree fabric that was gifted to me by Charlotte. It's Jodie Ree fabric called Turquoise, which is one of my favourite fabrics, and the pattern is Kaleidoscope Flamingo by Kim from KLT, and as I say, she gifted it to me for my 30th birthday, and I finished it. And I have absolutely got a plan for this, and if I wasn't scared of disturbing the kittens that are asleep in the sunshine now and knocking all my stuff everywhere, I would show you what the plan is. I have got some tight Hessian fabric. It's tight, it is like a solid fabric, but it's Hessian, and I'm gonna turn it into a cushion. I think that's the plan. I just love the look of the Hessian with this lovely turquoise fabric and all the kaleidoscope pinks. I really enjoyed this, really enjoyed this. So yeah, that is an FO, but not an FFO. That is an FO of Charlotte's and not mine, so I won't show that to you. This is Carty Party. It's the bunny one by, I wish I could remember, Stitched with Whitney. I'm sure I'll put it in anyway. You'll know. I might just say Whitney Sews and you'll know who I'm talking about. And it is on a scrap of... I stitched this almost from stash, because when I went to the Knitting and Stitching show last year, I brought some lovely classic colourworks. So it's stitched in classic colourworks on fabric from Stash, still got the needle in it, that was £1.10 from the Rowan's craft charity shop. Where's my... Oh, I love that. And the little yellow chicks is actually, the floss is called Easter Chick. Something like, yeah, it's Easter Chick or Little Chick or something like that. But yeah, I love that. Loved everything about this stitch. I enjoyed it so much. And what I'm thinking of doing is backing it and putting it on this board. Stitchy Steph told Flosstube about these, and it inspired me to go and get some little mini chopping boards from Poundland. But Carty Party will, I think it will look really cute on there with a bow. I'm sure Stitchy Steph did her Halloween one. Go and check her out. She has some really interesting finishes. I think that will look so cute on there. So cute. So I'm glad I had my finishes box nearby to show that to you. Just gonna struggle to get that back in there now. Love that stitch. This, oh, is also a lovely one, and I stitched it up so quick, and I used leftover colours from Carty Party actually to help stitch this, and some of the other flosses that I brought from the Knitting and Stitching show. This is a freebie pattern called Hop Hop by Sarah Elizabeth Stitches, and it is stitched on linen from my, linen from my stash. And I think the brown of the bunny is called, it's got a, I'm sure it's bunny something. I'll put, but these are classic colourworks again. So this was a stitch from Stash. I'm really happy with that. Don't know how I'm going to finish that yet. Just really loved it. Can you believe that's a freebie? Go and check that out if you like it. I mean, don't check it out if you don't. I really like it. It's so cute. What a good freebie. This is a very old project, and I just got disheartened with it. So it's an Emily Peacock design. She did loads of designs, and then I didn't see her for a little while, and she's just been in some cross stitch magazines again. And this was a kit that I brought from Buy and Sell, and I was stitching it for my husband as a gift. And it was open when I got it, but it was complete. What I didn't realise is that they must have subbed out the fabric. So the pattern, I've stitched it all, and I didn't check because I just thought, you know, it's a kit, I don't need to check the size. So it says read me. It's quite nice. Emily Peacock does some lovely things. But then it's just as big as the backing card. So there's the backing card. There you go. It's just as big. It's meant to be smaller. So I think whoever sold it to me took the original fabric out, subbed it, and I never ever actually finished it for my husband, so it kind of went to time out. Yeah, which is a bit of a, yeah, the other thing that makes me think they stitched it is the pattern's been photocopied and put in here. That's what also makes me think that they've stitched it. This is a cross stitcher kit, and I did just pull the packaging out, and then now I've got it. It was in Cross Stitcher Magazine 332, Seagulls and Stripes. It's meant to look like this to make a little cushion, hanging cushion. I subbed out the fabric, which I instantly regretted because my tension was off. I stitched it in hand. I chose to stitch it on even weave. It just doesn't, it's so untidy, and I just couldn't work out why. And I think it's just because my tension's all over the place. It was a scrap of even weave from Stash that's really stretchy. I don't even know where I got the fabric from, so I was quite disappointed with this. There's just the it's like a nice light green fabric, which you can see when I hold it up over here. But look how stretchy, you can see just how stretchy it is. So it just warped. So I really, really wasn't happy with that finish. I will finish it, I guess. There's like fabric and ribbon and stuff to do it. Yeah, it was meant to be stitched on white, but because the seagulls were white grey, I was reluctant. And now I just wish I hadn't subbed it. But there we go. What am I at time-wise? Oh, because maybe this isn't... My bag isn't too far off done. This is one of my favourite mini stitches. This is fabric. This fabric was from my Christmas stash box last year from Sarah Elizabeth Stitches. Advent stash box, by the way. This is her hand-dyed Ada called Christmas Lights on her pattern called Merry Everything. I love it so much because Merry Everything doesn't make much sense, but it's the sort of thing I would say. Like, Merry Everything. It just doesn't... It's the sort of thing I would say. So when I saw this pattern, I was just like, yes! And I started it straight away one day when I think my husband was working late or at a meeting or something. And I just thought, oh, I'm just going to have a cosy night on the sofa, watching TV, and I'm going to start this. Because I think we got the floss, got the fabric, pattern. Well, it's complete. It's a complete kit, but I'm trying to remember what order I got it in. But I remember I finished it at the Southampton retreat. She zigzagged the fabrics. It's nice and secure. And I stupidly went shopping in Brighton. There's one of my favourite craft knick-knack gift shops in Brighton, which I'm going to in October. I stupidly, when I got this, thought, in that craft shop that I love is a set of magnetic hangers. I've got one to hand here, actually. I'm trying to remember what the shop's called. Anyway, yeah, so they sell these magnetic hangers, and I thought that would be great for Sarah Elizabeth Stitches project. I just rushed into it because her partner had handmade some to go in the advent box for this, and I'd already brought that one. So by the time I'd opened it, I was like, for God's sake! I will put this on Sarah Elizabeth Stitches one. I've also brought some bright pink pom-pom, I think, to line the bottom. Merry Everything. Love, love, love. Complete kit. Lovely fabric. Yeah, really love that. So, FO. This was a Hobbycraft kit. I just call it Winter Fox. Really enjoyed this. There's a mini make. I love the little robin, the back stitch. The Hobbycraft kits, the back stitch is always a monster pain, but always worth it. There's my little fox. Excuse me while I just have I never do the whole let's have a drink on Flosstube, because I never normally need to, but I have recently had COVID and my body is dragging it out. It hit me like a ton of bricks, so just getting a bit. Excuse me. Okay, so the next one is a little frame. This was from a Cross Stitch Crazy, I've got it here, a Cross Stitch Crazy magazine vintage charm floral frame kit. It doesn't say what issue it is, but there's the frame. That's what it's going to look like. I love that frame, and I've just found a bit of rickrack in the bottom of my bag, and I wondered what it was for, and it's for this. So I remember to keep them together. And this is my pile's going to fall down. And this is my stitching. Just make sure I've got it up the right way for you. That was a pre-work stitchy project. So I really enjoyed that. Love the colours, love the vintage roses. This is one of my favourite stitches. I know exactly how I'm going to FFO it, and again, if I didn't want to disturb the kittens, I would get the fabric to show you. There used to be a fabric shop on my road that has moved somewhere else. They haven't shut down, they've moved somewhere else, and they do lovely free samples, but decent sizes, as in maybe a fat quarter size. And I managed to get 3 nautical bits, one long strip and 2 smaller squares. So they are I'm gonna patchwork them into a cushion cover. This is gonna go over the top, and I've still got the beads to finish it. I know, I was gonna tell you which magazine it came from, and actually I can't remember. I loved everything about this, and I think this is when I learned that my stitches should lay the same way. But I didn't know anything about like loop start or anything like that, so some of my stitches have come a little bit loose. That's fine though, because I can put some stabilizer on the back. I'm really not worried about that, because that will just secure it. There's a bead to go here, here and here of little seashells, so I really need to FFO that. I loved everything about this, really enjoyed stitching that. This is a mini kit that got a lot of love on Insta. It was a Hobbycraft mini kit. I've gifted the pattern to Charlotte. This is a scrap of KLT hand-dyed fabric, but no one can remember what it's called. I've asked Kim, even she can't remember. The hoop was from the charity shop. It didn't come with it, but I'm going to finish it in that hoop because it just looks so lovely. Yeah, Hobbycraft mini kit. I was feeling a bit down one day and fancied a new start, and it was a quick finish. It got a lot of love on Insta, a lot of love. Then I have got, through lockdown, proper lockdown, 2020, I was on furlough. Those of you that have watched my earlier videos, I'd have spoken to you all about that, but I hated it. But I tried to make the most of the time by doing lots of stitching. It was my husband's birthday. I was really struggling to get him presents, so I made all of his presents. I was just struggling to get anything. Obviously it was like the height of lockdown, and I thought, I know, I'll start a cross stitch and I'll have it done by his birthday, and I absolutely didn't. But I did make him like a soft toy, a bracelet. I made him loads of stuff, bracelet, picture, loads and loads of presents. Probably one of his worst birthdays. But this is what I naively started, that I thought, yeah, I'll finish that. It is Tribal Feather by KLT Charting, and it is in my favourite Anchor variegated floss. For the life of me, I cannot tell you what colour it is. It'll be in a previous floss tube. Some of these FOs would have been in a previous floss tube, but I just wanted to do a little video of all my FOs, so some of you might have seen them before. I was a bit disappointed with this, but my husband really likes it, and that's the main thing. I love the floss. I just think maybe it's too vibrant for this kind of tribal pattern. This was going to be a cushion cover. I don't know if it will be now. I'm trying to decide. I need Clue High Heel Stitcher to give me a hand though, because she just stitches up cushion covers like that. This is a gift for one of my best friends, and I ironed it, had every intention of, I've bought fabric for it, every intention of finishing it. It was meant to be a Christmas present for, like, not last year, maybe the year before, and she never got it. This is from it's behind me here, my collection, Disney Cross Stitch magazine, which I love. People have said it's, you know, those part works, they are expensive, you know, they are sort of a considered commitment. You can cancel any time, but if you're going to go the whole hog, they are considered commitment. I've loved them, I've really enjoyed them, so for me it's been worth it, but I can appreciate that some people don't love them. Even the special edition books that come out have recipes in them, and we've made a couple of the recipes, so I feel like I've really made the most of it. But that was, the back stitch on this was wild, but I really enjoyed it. I kind of regret doing it on like 20 count though. It's just fabric and floss from Stash. That was meant to be a Christmas present, as was this. I did stitch them sort of at the same time. This was meant to be for Dawn, so Dawn will get it eventually. So that one was, the Winnie the Pooh is for Anne, the Eeyore is for Dawn, and they will get them eventually. That's the main thing, as long as I get them eventually. Okay, this is a Circus Stitches. She's one of my favourite designers, and it's called Holy Mother Falcon Shirt Balls. Has made an appearance on my floss tubes before. It is on KLT fabric called Smokey Rose, but this was a mist-dye. Charlotte gave me the fabric as a present, and I've used it so much. I think this might be the she gave me a massive piece. I think this is the third project I've used it on. I stitched most of this. I started it some moons ago. It's from the show The Good Place, which me and my husband love. Yeah, I started it some time ago, and then I just thought I'm going to finish it and smash it out at a retreat, which I did. I did nearly 2,000 stitches, which I've never ever done before in a day. And I smashed it out, finished it. I was really cocky. I was quite drunk when I finished it. Everyone always says to me when I'm quite drunk and I'm stitching at the retreat that I'll have to unpick stitches, and I never have until this. And I always stitch drunk at the retreat. Not that I'm always drunk at the retreat. This, I was looking at it and I thought it's just something off with the M. And I was like, I'm sure it's not charted like that, and that's because I've stitched in rather than out, so the M staggers in when it should stagger out. That's the first drunk mistake I've ever made. I don't know, saying that, is it? First drunk stitching mistake I've ever made, anyway. I can't decide if I'm going to frog it or keep it in, because I've still got the pattern. So yeah, I just can't decide whether to frog or keep in, because it will just remind me of my drunken days. Yeah, I love this. It's just some of the floss has gone a bit fluffy where I've like stitched it, unpicked it and stitched it again. I think where this is sparkly it snags at the floss a bit more. Still love it though, excuse me. I'm so lucky that my kittens are being the Q word. I don't want to say it out loud. This was another KLT versus Jodie restart. The pattern is by Jodie Ree, as is the floss. The floss is called Rainbow. You can't see this very well, but I stitched it exactly as it told me to. It takes sunshine and rain to make a rainbow, and I still love it. But I just need to finish it. Oh, that's showing up okay, actually. Yeah, one of my KLT versus Jodie Reed. The bag is nearly empty, and I've only got a few more things to show you. I thought this video was going to be like, grab your popcorn, guys. No, not too bad. This was a royal pain in the bum. I love hobbycraft kits, but some of them are a royal pain, and this was one of them. This is Happy Easter. It's because they use crazy backstitch of like fractionals, and it's more like embroidery, but they want you to do it on Ada, and so you can imagine like counting when it's not a proper square, you know what I mean, like counting across. It's still worth it. But so this is Happy Easter hobbycraft kit, and I went, excuse me, into Hobbycraft to buy loads of bits and pieces to FFO this. I can show you some of them. So I brought little Easter letters. I brought a pack of daisies. I brought, nearly knocked my tea over, some sunflowers and some little felt bunnies, and that's it actually. The other stuff is for something else. Yeah, so I brought all those little little bits to finish it. But what I wanted was a wooden egg. They had a wooden plaque that was an egg, and I wanted to put that on the egg and then surround it with flowers. But the egg was sold out, and what I got was this bunny, and I don't love it, so therefore I haven't finished it. I bought all that stuff and never finished it. I just don't love the idea of that sitting on there and being surrounded by all the bits I've brought. It should have been the egg with this on, surrounded by all the flowers. That's what it should have been. I've just looked at this, by the way, and I finished this really recently, and it is a mess at the back. And I'm usually, oh, yeah, look at that. Look at all that carrying over. It's because I think I didn't want to sort of do a little purple flower here, then try and finish it off, and do a little purple flower here and finish it off. Yeah, so it's quite messy, but that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, I just don't love this bunny, which is a shame, but I don't. So probably just going to wait till next Easter and buy something I like. And then the last one out of that bag is a Kate Knight card kit. This was from Cross Stitch Crazy, and I'm going to put in a little video here of, oh, if I still got it, that is. If I still got it, I will slot in a little video here of how transformative backstitch is. I had such a pain with this. Two of the colours were almost identical, like they were basically identical, and I didn't love it because it was meant to be a like shaded. You were meant to stitch blossoms and then lighter blossoms and then backstitch around it, but it was so similar that it just wasn't working for me. So I brought anchor equivalent. Still wasn't working for me, so I brought a very lighter shade anchor of the colour, and it worked. It's still in its packaging, but yeah, loved that. Nice. I love blossom. I stitched it in June to remind me of my wedding day. There was a blossom tree in the church when we got married. Okay, now I have got, that's mostly FOs, and I have got a couple of I'm just going to readjust, I've got achy legs. I have got some FFOs to show you, so and a lot of these you wouldn't have seen. I stitched this for my husband for Valentine's Day. It is I Choose You, and it hangs up in our, oh, and that is on, that's Smokey Rose. That's one of the other projects I've, Sparkly Smokey Rose. I Choose You, Pokeball. That is from an Etsy seller. I will link her below because I cannot remember her shop name. One of my other FFOs is a magazine kit. This was from the World of Cross Stitching. It's an Emma Condon. Love is in the Air. The only thing about this is when I ironed it, the back stitch is in a dark brown. Well, some of it's in a grey, but the birds and the baskets of the balloons is in a dark brown, and the dark brown started to stain the back of the fabric. Luckily I ironed it from the back, and it started to stain the back of the Ada and bleed out. Luckily it didn't come through to the front. That's the only issue I've ever had with a mini kit like that. I've ironed so many, never an issue. Never had an issue. And this might be, I've only got 3 more FOs to show you. I'll double bubble these. These were in a recent World of Cross Stitching magazine. They weren't meant to be displayed or like stitched up like this. They were separate, all separate elements, but I had a vision of them looking like this. Hopefully they'll pull this off, this display. They are by Tiny Modernist, and the cloud was separate, so I've stitched 2 clouds with anchor floss, and the raindrop and the lightning bolt was separate, and I've turned them into necklaces for me and my husband. He's already dropped food on his and tried to wash it out, but he wears this a lot, and he'll just wear it in the shower, in the bath, whatever. He just wears it all the time. I haven't worn mine yet. I just hang it up and look at it. I was really happy with them. So that's a nice little FO, and I stitched them up really quickly. Really quickly. Clue High Heeled Stitcher has done a, please check out her Flosstube. She did dinosaur earrings and they look awesome. She went to the dinosaur cafe that's opened up near us, wore a dinosaur dress and matching accessories that she had made. So that was lovely. Go check out her video. My hot Vimto's now nearly cold. Okay, last few. I might save my favourite till last, actually. Oh yeah, I've just finished this to celebrate getting my kittens. So my kittens were in a litter of 3. We ended up with the 2. There was one who was going to be called Tofu, who's now called Cosmo. He went off to a lovely family, and we were going to have ours, who's always was going to be called Umbreon, and then the other one is quite timid, but he's not with me and my husband, and he's not timid with he wasn't timid with the couple that we got him from, but he's really timid with other people and their child. And so they said, could you give him a home? And we thought about it and just said yeah. But yeah, so our kittens came from a litter of 3. These 3 cats were all meant to be different colours, but I stitched them to look like the litter of 3. Home is where the cat is, and this was a cross stitcher magazine. I have got the pattern here, so I can probably tell you what issue it's from. I just need to FFA that. It is from issue 348. 348. So that was my recent pre-work stitching. Really enjoyed that. It stitched up very quickly. Oh, they're all going to fall down in a minute, and I've piled them up so nice. Please don't fall down. I think I'm just going to have to give up that, and they're going to fall down. I might stay for now. And I have got... This is what's left of my Smokey Rose fabric from Charlotte. So I'll probably get another few teeny tiny projects on there. This is Princess of Stockport fabric from Kim from KLT Charting, and I stitched I'm Hollow Inside by Crafty Smith on it. One of my favourite mini stitches, and I basically did this in a weekend. Where's my... Sorry for my tickly throat. Look at that lush fabric with that cool pumpkin. That is cool. I'm sure that's that fabric, that orange is, it's a classic Colourworks, and I'm sure it's called Pumpkin Harvest. I'm sure of it. So I need to FFO that as well. And I have got a plan for this. I brought dried mini, they look like mini pumpkins anyway, from Hobbycraft. I brought these autumn leaves from the Works. I brought I actually picked these up off the ground, and some pine cones, and these lovely mini mushrooms. They are from Hobbycraft as well. And this wreath, and I'm going to display I'm Hollow Inside on there somehow. I was thinking I'd put it in its own hoop, but I've gone off that idea. Yeah, I'll display it in there somehow with all those little autumn things attached. See, I just need to get round to it, don't I? These lovely ideas and never get round to finishing them, but hopefully I have just started a new job and they seem to be really good about work-life balance, so hopefully I will be able to actually start putting some time into FFOing projects. So that's I'm Hollow Inside by Crafty Smith. She has some lovely patterns. One of the favourites I've seen is Boobies. It's ghosts, 2 ghosts. and they're bees. They're bees dressed as ghosts. Sorry, they're boobies. I might have to invest in that pattern actually. What's not to love? I'm just trying to zip this back in without. Every now and then from the range, they have these extra large pencil cases. This is a really lovely Harry Potter Hogwarts one. And I buy them and use them as project bags. So just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, my second to last FO is I Drink and I Stitch Things by Keen Stitch on Insta and Etsy. Yeah. I Drink and I Stitch Things, and I FFO'd that on Retreat Fabric, Rainbow Retreat Fabric by Kim from KLT, and I put fabric stabilizer on the back. I can't remember what it's called now, to make it sturdy, and I stitched it on to a black canvas bag. I've already got a grubby mark on it down here, as you can see. That's okay because I use it when I meet up with my stitchy friends. There's the grubby mark. Yeah, I drink and I stitch things. Love that. That's nice. My last one, which is a special one, is Tiny Modernist made, and it's now available in their shop. They made a calendar, which you would have seen in my Flosstube videos. I finished it and then I took it to Hawkins Hobbies at the retreat to get a quote for a framing. They quoted me £85 or so, maybe 82, something like that. And I said yes, and then I went to pick it up in March or May, one of those Emma months, and they FFO'd it for me. It is the Clarity Glass. I'm sure it has another name, but it's the glass that you can't tell is glass. Definitely is glass, but you can't tell. And this is a really special FFO for me because I treated this like a sale. I stitched one piece a month. This was my first serious project on linen. I stitched it from stash. It showed me my love for anchor floss. Travelled around with me a bit. Some of them I stitched in a day when I was feeling a bit sad after a long shift. I'd sit on the and I had a day off, I'd sit on the sofa, watch loads of Flosstube and smash out a piece. I'm really happy. And Zarina from Hawkins Hobbies spent a really good amount of time with me, helping me pick the border colour, which is a bit of a sage green, a light sage green. And she helped me pick that one because there's lots of different colours in here, and it just sort of brings them all together. Because if we'd used a vibrant colour, we might have taken away the vibrancy from the stitching. She spent a really long time with me, helping me pick a nice light frame. I'm really happy with that. And it hangs up in my living room at the moment, but it's a bit high to see it properly, so we need to find a new space for it. But yeah, I stitched one a month, every month, apart from one of them I think I stitched 2 in a month because I got busy at work. But it is done and I love it. Love, love, love. Enjoyed every stitch. Used variegated in every single one. Somewhere along the lines I have, yeah, used variegated every single one, which I really, really enjoyed. So that's my last one to show you. I'm just going to do a really quick life update if you're interested, and then I'll just show you a tiny bit of haul and then my favourite project that I'm working on at the moment, and then I'll call it a day, because because we're getting on a bit. So my quick life update is I have just changed jobs. I changed jobs about 2 and a bit weeks ago. So I've left, I was working for Autism Hampshire. I've left. I've gone to a different company that I'm hoping is going to just give me some work-life balance, some new experience. I want time to be able to do my level 7. I've got my level 5, which is a foundation degree. I would love to top it up to a full degree. It's just something that's personal for me. And as I said earlier, I have just had COVID. It really knocked it out of me. I had COVID in January and I thought I felt rough then, which was nothing compared to how I've just felt. So I went to, I've been feeling poorly on and off, and I have been testing negative the whole time. I went, Charlotte, the Clue High-Heeled Stitcher, took me away for my birthday, which was in July, but she said, she originally said there and then, she said, I don't think we're going to get time to go away together until September. So can I take you away for your birthday, but we'll do it in September. She said, pick somewhere to go. I'd always wanted to go to Bath. And she said, let's do that, but let's fit it around Not Cross Jen's wedding. I will take you to Bath, and Patchwork Rabbit, which is a lovely cross-stitching shop, is on the way. So it all just kind of fitted together, and Charlotte organised the lot. And she said, I think there's a nice pub nearby. So on the way to Bath, we will stop at Patchwork Rabbit, stop for lunch. So we spent loads of money, had a nice lunch, carried on to Bath, where we had a beautiful hotel that had an amazing lounge area, by the way. And I was obviously feeling under the weather, but I still, it didn't take away from my lush time. It did not at all. I still had the best time. I didn't let it get me down. But I was having trouble sleeping, and I know that I can disturb Charlotte. We've shared enough hotel rooms now to know that I can disturb her if I'm just tossing and turning and not settling. So we've shared enough, as I say, enough hotel rooms to know that she'd rather I would rather get up and out, and she would rather that as well, because I would disturb her for maybe 2 minutes that I get my shit together and leave. But if I'm just tossing and turning up and down, that's going to disturb her more. So I from experience, I had my craft bag ready to go and got up at about 5:30, and they had this lush lounge area, and I just sat and stitched there until she texted me to say she was up. And sometimes in the evenings we sat together and stitched there. Lovely, lovely lounge area. Bath was beautiful. It had so many lovely shops. So we spent 2 nights in Bath, and then we headed to Wales for Not Cross Jen's wedding. Spent 2 nights in Wales. On the way back, I fell asleep in the car. And I fell asleep for almost the whole journey. And I just felt rough. But that was on the, it was late Sunday. Monday I had a bit of a rest day. Tuesday I started my new job. Tuesday I was feeling rough all day, and then I thought I'll test again when I get home. Positive. I was positive for the rest of the week, but it really knocked it out of me. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm still a bit out of breath, still a bit tired, but that's okay. That's okay. It could be worse, and that's what you get for having a low immune system and asthma, you know. And I'm just grateful to Charlotte for driving me home, grateful for my friends for checking in on me, grateful for my sisters for doing loads of shopping for me, grateful to my husband for cooking and taking care of me. I have been lucky, and I'm grateful to my kittens for bundling up on the sofa with me. I did work from home the whole time, but I was, from the waist up I was business, from the waist down jogging bottoms, pyjama trousers, because I was in meetings and stuff. But that's okay. So yeah, that's my little life update, and I have been making the most of my time. I've been stitching like there's no tomorrow, and I've went out with Charlotte yesterday, just on a jolly, which is it was just like last minute as well. I think we planned it on Friday. Do you want to come? Should we go out on Saturday? Yeah, that's great. So I'm making the most of my time. But what I got from Patchwork Rabbit was beautiful, and I'm going to go through it all quick because it is on my Instagram, but it's just so you can see it. I got 2 pieces of Fox and Rabbit linen, 32 count Mayflower. I got a fat 1/16. I actually ended up with two. I didn't realise I got one for crazy cheap. I think maybe £2 because there's a coloured spot on it, which is fine. I'm just going to stitch on the reverse. And I brought one for £6 just to like the fabric. That's Fox and Rabbit. 32 count. This is Weeks Dye Works Cappuccino, a fat 1/16. 30 count. Never stitched on 30 count before, give that a smash. Spygart, 32 count Belfast Petite Point White Natural Polka Dot, 1/16. It's cute. Love that. Weeks Dye Works 30 count Red Pear. I only brought this because it was called Red Pear. And Spygart Blue Spruce Belfast. This was £1 because it's got slubs. I'm used to stitching on slubs. The fat 1/16, £1. £1 because it's got slubs. Who cares? Not this girl. Then I brought this pattern called Cozy Christmas Cat by the Blue Flower because it looks like my new kittens. And I kitted it up. So I'm probably going to stitch it on a piece of Fox and the Rabbit. I brought, for £1, this from Patchwork Rabbit, this lovely, it's quite distressed, crepey cotton, backing fabric. I brought Pantini cat pins to go in it when it's finished. Cute. I brought pine needles, snowball, mistletoe, holly jolly, clay pot. My kitten is looking up at my tripod. I think he's going to have it down. No, please don't. And Weeks Dye Works mascara. He is trying to have it down. To stitch that lovely. What way am I going? I think he watches the telly as well, so he's probably thinking like, what is this? Get down! Get down! No! Sorry, Flosstube friends. Sorry, just move the whole camera now. But yeah, I brought all these lovely flossies. Mostly classic colourworks and 1 Weeks. So I completely kitted that up, including backing fabric. I also brought Life Isn't About Waiting for the Storm to Pass, It's About Learning to Dance in the Rain by Lizzie Kate. It's got the beads, the fabric, the pattern, the charms. No floss, but I'm happy I can buy that. He's going to have it down again. And a bonus pincushion pattern. Leave it alone! It's only me. Leave it alone. And don't dive in that bag. Yeah, it's lovely Lizzie. They had some really lovely Lizzie Kate patterns. Oh, my kitten's ruined everything now. It's all off, isn't it? It's all off. But yeah, I love that bonus pincushion pattern. So it's got beads. Sorry, a bee and a snail and a fence and a butterfly. Love that. Don't get in that bag. Where's your dad? Come and get you like a naughty boy. I also brought this little Just Another Button Company just threaders with a little frog, which I love because we all have to frog sometimes. And just because it's Lizzie Kate and they're hard to get hold of and I love them, I brought this Sweet Summer pattern with the beads. Actually, it comes with everything. It comes with the beads, it comes with the fabric, it comes with the trim, everything. And in Patchwork Rabbit they reduced it for me because it's hard to come by, or because it's out of print, sorry, and they are hard to come by, which is usually the opposite way. Usually put the price up, but the lovely lady in Patchwork Rabbit reduced it. Please don't. Just diving on some of my FFOs. yeah, so that's my Patchwork Rabbit purchases. I think he's just going back to the bloody camera. And I've just pulled it all out after putting it in the bag. I loved it so much that when I got home, well, after I got home, I realised I needed some more Campfire by Classic Colourworks because I'm using it in my Goddess Sal. He's going for the camera again. Leave it alone. It's because he can see me. He's just watching me on the camera. He's sat by my tripod, literally looking up, watching me. Yes, I needed some more Campfire for my Goddess Sal. That's the colour I'm using in my Goddess Sal. And nothing could travel alone. So I brought this lovely Christmas pattern, Wait Till December 25 by Lizzie K. And it comes with the beads and the button. I hope I didn't show you the pattern then. I don't think I did. I'll have to, when I watch it back, I'll find out. It's part of a bigger pattern, but I like that little bit. I like that little pattern. It's so sweet. So hopefully I'll stitch that up sometime. So that's some of my stash. My kitten is now sat by my legs just watching. He does watch telly. He's just watching me on my phone screen. Like, he couldn't just turn around and watch the actual me. This is my Goddess Sal. I showed my project bag in a video I did recently. So this is the last thing I'm going to show you. I just want to show you a little update. My kittens recently jumped on this, all 4 claws hanging off of it. I could have cried. He's actually looking very interested in it now. You can probably just... No, you naughty boy. Naughty. No, he's trying to get in my stash now. Get your own stash. He's got toys in here. It's not like he hasn't got toys to play with. Trying to make out he's deprived, probably. By the way, the kittens beat Batman. So we have got lots of Lego in our flat, and we've got a Joker, a mini Joker Lego set, and the Joker's attached to some balloons and he's floating away. Well, he was, but the kittens are better than Batman because they've defeated Joker and we've got no idea where he is. They keep finding Lego figures, or finding them. They are around because we've got lots of Lego on display. Yeah, they just trot along, pick up a Lego figure in their mouth and carry it off. They did have Luke Skywalker, but we found Luke Skywalker, so he's okay. Kitten's now playing with my hair. Kitten's now in my hair. Look at him, just in my hair. Get out! Ow! You naughty boy. Get out! What are you doing? Oh no, he wants a fuss. He's rolling over now, he wants a fuss. Yeah, so they've defeated Joker. We don't know where Joker is. We're hoping he'll come up just like... He'll be found just like Luke Skywalker was suddenly found. You can hear him purring. He's got such a loud purr for such a small thing. Ow, don't nip me. He doesn't normally nip me. It's just sometimes when he gets really overexcited, he wants a cuddle and he wants to fight all at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to try and show you my Goddess Sal. I don't know how this is going to go down. Yeah, all 4 paws. It was on my Lowry, which I've had to stop using since I've had the kittens because they just jump on it, jump on whatever's on it. So it was on my Lowry, kitten jumped on the back, all 4 claws in, just hanging off the back of my Goddess Sal, and I could have cried. But luckily, my husband held the kitten and lifted from the back, and so his claws came straight out without sort of damaging the my Goddess Sal. Come on, you naughty boy. I'm going to hold it this way because the kitten's there, as you can see. So this is where I'm at with my Goddess Sal. Love it. I can remember oh no. I think I can remember all their names. These are all the goddesses so far. I'm going to finish her today. She says, fingers crossed. So this is Freya. The Norse goddess Freya, Amaterasu, Ishtar, I'm going to check that. Athena. And no, I've got it wrong. This is, hang on a second. Oh, it's on my phone. But yeah, I've got it wrong. This is an Egyptian goddess. That's not her name. This is Ishtar, I think. Yes. So it's her name. I can't remember, but I will find out and I'll just edit over the top. But I loved everything. I've done an Instagram post about this. It's just a kitten just sat on my lap down here. I just love everything. Loved everything about this. I love the border. I love the whole idea of the goddesses, woman power, and all that. I've always loved history. I love cross stitch. I love the use of negative space. This is by Quaternion Creations, by the way. I always wonder if I say that right, but I'm sure that's how it is. Yeah, if you want to join in, you still can. They're coming out fortnightly or so. They're always out when she says they're going to be out, but I think sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's 3 weeks. They always come out when on time, but I think one of them we waited 3 weeks for. Yeah, I'm just loving it. And I'm using Anchor Black and Campfire by Classic Colourworks for this. So yeah, really enjoying this so much. And she puts a lot of effort into when she emails out the new section about the goddess. It's a whole, almost, if this was like the old days when sales came out in the post, it would be a whole little booklet. It's a whole email about the history of the goddess and, you know, the meanings of their names and all sorts. But it's really coming together now. And I've kept up to date with it and I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so that's kind of it really. I'm just going to put this away so it's safe, because I'm really conscious that my kittens can jump on it, which they will. Playing with fire by having it out around them anyway. Stitching has been a bit difficult with them actually. I have to kind of wait for them to be a bit sleepy so I can work on bigger projects or work on something that I can sit in hand. Yeah, so the kitten, I did have a little remote to turn my video off, but the kittens have been playing with it while I've been recording, so I'm not sure where my little remote is to turn my camera off. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe, leave me a comment. I always get back to comments, and yeah, hope you have a lovely bank holiday Monday if you're off. Thanks everyone, take care, bye.